Hello. Oh, welcome. Adrian's here. Look, Adrian's here. I'm very excited. Hi,
and I'm jealous that you just naturally always see I'm going to do it wrong. Point to the right direction. You're like, oh, look, and you didn't even the flinch. And I'm like, yeah, I can never point to the right direction ever.
I host a writing group every day at 4:00.
So you're used.
I'm hosting, so I'm here. It's when I get on I'm put on your side or below or somewhere else. I'm like,
like, I don't know how that works out.
But yeah, every single day. So it's like, yeah. But no, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Cat Whisperer with Cyber Attack. Why? Oh, isn't that funny? We were just talking about movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that's been in the news. So, all right. Just want to mention here quickly, please subscribe to Red Lenzel Healing. Adrian is awesome. And I love having you here. Every time you're here, it's fantastic.
So much fun to meet you.
Joy.
You've got like this, I just love it. You just got this fun way of like bringing in the facts, and then you have this like wealth of knowledge of like things that I'm like I would have never known. But that's like I was like that's kind of obscure, but not really. So I always enjoy when we get together, Autumn.
Oh, thank you. All right, everybody. Oh, and Lucky Girls put the link to your channel in. So yay. Okay.
Thanks.
After this, I just want to let people know after we get done, I go down into the description box and the first comment. It can take me a good hour or so to get to transcribe the questions. And if you don't see it in the comments, it's always in the description box, and you can always get into the description box because YouTube does weird things with the pinned comment sometimes.
It does.
Yeah. So, but you can go in, everything will be timestamped. You can go into exactly what you're interested in. And, and I have to mention Uncover the News, Kristen with Uncover the News, who gives us great information. Today in history in 1919, wait, you jumped up. U.S. Congress passes the Women's Suffrage Bill.
Yes.
The 19th Amendment.
Yes.
Yay.
Today's a good day.
It is a good day. Happy Friday. Yes. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could hug you. Sorry, I'm silly.
I was having a conversation with my sister yesterday about when I lived in Dallas, the homelessness in downtown Dallas was almost like San Francisco. It was just awful. And she didn't know that. And I said, one of the things that was really challenging for me was the lack of resources. They had resources, but they were so overburdened and not well known about or supported. So it wasn't like, and so knowing that you do 10% to go into Feeding America, which helps, it's such a big thing. It's bigger than all of us. We've got to help each other however we can, because there are so many people suffering and you'll never know.
Yes.
So thank you for doing that.
Oh, and thank you for all, because you join in on the various charity readings as well, and things like that. So,
yes.
Okay. Well, we have questions. And we got some of your questions too. The first thing I wanted to start with today, let me write down the time here at 4:30 by the time we start pulling things together. The Trumps. Oh, thank you, Jolene. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Trumps are putting up the Washington, D.C. hotel for sale again.
Again. Because, first you don't succeed.
How's that going to go?
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's take a look.
Oh, gosh. Trump business stuff. It's like it's a scam. It just is. I mean, the energy is like a carnival barker.
What's a carnival barker? Is that a dog?
Oh no, it was a person in a circus who would or a carnival who would be like, "Step right up, we have see the amazing."
Once you said barker, I was like, oh, like they call them food barkers or something, like at a stadium, like peanuts.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's called.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Huh.
Cool.
Oh well, this I'm already telling you, this is not going to go too great.
Oh, I haven't even pulled cards yet. You can feel free to go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the energy around them is not good. Oh, it's about to go crash.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the dynasty. The card for the reading I got was the dynasty.
This is
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
What you got?
So I got the Two of Swords. So refusing to do the right thing is what I'm going to call this, because the Two of Swords is not about not being able to make a decision. It's not to make the decision, and I think they don't want to make the right one. They're doing this for the wrong reasons. But again, it's the Trump family, so should we be surprised? Not at all. Their challenge, though, is there's something dead. This isn't going to move at all. So I don't even feel like I need to read farther, but I did anyway because I'm a little bit messy. I want to see how this is going to continue to go.
Oh, you're not alone, and I have my own little tale to tell over here next.
Yeah. At the base of this is the Page of Swords. At the crown of this is the Page of Cups, and at the crown is the Queen of Swords. There's going to be some justice, some morality that's going to thwart them. That's why their challenge is this is going to be dead in the water. The immediate future is the Six of Swords, though. They're going to try to move to higher ground, get the hell out of Dodge. This is not looking good, because I think in the process of selling this, you have to start disclosing things. There's something, and hello, do I hear like, oh, I don't know, all of the dirty stuff you've done in the dark is going to start coming to light? I think it is, because in the emotions is the Eight of Swords. They're mentally trapped. There's going to be a little bit of a mental menagerie, if you will. It's not going to be cute. In the environment is the Three of Wands. They're waiting for this, everything that they plan to do. This was, again, to start off with the Two of Swords. This is not necessarily the most honest sale for the right reasons. They're waiting for that to come in. No. It's not, because in the word of warning is the actual Hierophant, the government. Something's going to step in. I actually think this is going to be multiple entities. It's going to be the government, because I think there's the emoluments clause that's going to come back into play. I think this is also going to be a lot of legalities. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come into this. The outcome I got was the Queen of Wands. I wanted to do a little bit of clarifying. And yeah, Two of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. They're going to defend. Their plans are going to fall apart. And it's just not going to be a good look. Couldn't happen to better people.
Or bigger jerks.
Yeah, that too.
Shall I share what I got?
Please.
The card for the reading is this wonderful, the dynasty card, the Trump family dynasty. Here they are. They are the stars, the merchants that have investigators all over them for absolute corruption, and they are going to lose. This is assets being seized.
Mm-hmm.
This is assets seized. This is that sort of thing. But this is just a rank corruption. But right in the center, these 5 card spread, it's the center card that has the most power, and that, my friend, is investigators. And this is, because money means everything to them. Mm-hmm. I hate to quote Voldemort, but you will lose everything, because that's what they value.
Yep. The thing that you focus on the most, the thing that you were the most scared of losing, is the things you focus on the most. If I'm so scared of losing money, that's the thing that's going to start to evaporate.
You have a point there.
Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. Okay.
Yep.
On that same note, at 10:30 here, how do I put this? Basically, what kind of financial situation are the Trumps, the main ones? Trump, the senior, junior, Eric, Ivanka. What kind of financial situation are they going to end up in? Because I've been getting assets possibly being seized, accounts possibly frozen, but we also know they have a lot of stuff squirreled away overseas, and they have a lot of and there's this idea of our idea of not having money and their idea of not having money are two different things, because basically you and I are their idea of not having money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And everybody here basically
is
we are their idea of not having money.
We're poor guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
I said compared to them.
Yeah. How are they going to end up financially?
So focus on the children more, per se, right?
Well, Trump himself and the eldest children.
Trump and the eldest. Okay.
Financially.
Interesting.
Oh no, Polly Wanda's saying, seriously, an hour ago, Steve Schmidt predicted political violence in future. Yeah, but Steve Schmidt, does that man ever laugh?
Let's see.
Thank you, Cat Whisperer.
Thank you. Sorry.
And this is why you are one of my very, very, very favorite people to read with.
Shut up. Okay. All right.
Wait a second. Kristen from Uncovering the News says, prices for some Trump condos have plummeted to far lower than they were more than a decade ago. Brokers blame in part Trump's image.
And I mean, water's wet. Thursday's the fourth day of the week. There's various forms of milk. I mean, come on, brokers. Really? Okay.
What'd you get? It sounds good.
I did two separate. I actually did Trump himself, and then I did the kid.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So everybody calm down, take a deep breath before I go into Trump. Okay? All together. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 2 and exhale for 4. All right, let's get into this. Let's just think about it. Starts off with the 8 of Pentacles. So his harvest what he reaped, he saw. Okay. Mm-hmm. Particularly from a financial perspective. And it is crossed with the Page of Wands. So there's going to continuously be some action around the money. Why is that? Because the judgment is in the near future. So there may have been some lawsuits or something that he had to pay out, guys. So that may be something to take note. All right. However, here's why I take a deep breath, because to me, this is leaning towards, I'll say at the end what I was leaning towards. At the base is the Magician. We all know this is him, always trying, and everything that he does to spin around, use my resources. How can I do whatever? And at the crown of this is the 4 of Cups, being dissatisfied. So he's not, and it ends with the Ace of Wands, this new action. So what I'm getting is that he's not going to be down and out. He's always going to be how he was. I'm going to be the master manipulator of my financial status. The Magician tells it all for me. Okay. However, do bear in mind, there's the Judgment card in the recent past, and his entire, how this starts is reaping what you sow. The 8 of Pentacles, something has coming to harvest. Okay. And they paid Juan. So he's having to pay out something. He's not destitute, but there's some judgment that he's going to have to pay for. And I think it's going to be more on the financial. So let's think about it. He's got several rape allegations. I think those are going to have not just criminal, but civil cases. So those are going to play out. And then the end is, again, there's always going to be some new action, always going to try to spend and get the money however he can. That's Trump. But that's also, again, water's wet. This is how this man has survived for decades. This is what his father taught him how to do. And this is what he does best. Caveat that to one of the other things, the reason why he is the master magician, master manipulator, is because somebody always takes the fall for him. That's where the kids come in.
Oh, good. There you go.
They're going to start off with the Six of Pentacles. They're going to, whatever pot that is left of the Trump estate, they're going to have to be sharing it. Sharing of time, money, resources, and energy. Six of Pentacles. That's what it started with. And it's crossed by the Two of Pentacles, juggling. So that's already telling me whatever resources or finances that are there, it's going to be strapped and they're going to have to claw and fight for it. They're going to have to balance that out. Okay. At the base of this, there is money, though. This is the Ten of Pentacles. So there is money they may have squandered and hidden. Okay. But the problem is, again, how do we use this? How do we even share this? Because at the crown is the Nine of Swords. They are really mentally like, oh my God. We used to have like 85 billion. Or we told her there was 85 billion, but it was really like 3 million. And now we have 400,000 a piece. What do we do? Like, mindset. And that's really going to be mentally troubling for them. Okay. Again, like you said, their idea of poor, our idea of poor are two totally different things. Okay. And what it ends is this having to go to higher ground, this Six of Swords. Once again, I also think too, they're going to have to find new ways, be a little bit more innovative to get money. There's something, I think, with that judgment on their dad that's going to kind of further tarnish finances, ways to get and earn money. And I actually think not only if they're going to have to go to higher ground with the Six of Swords, I also think they're going to have to go overseas more.
Oh, do you think they're going to bail the country?
I don't know if bailing the country or even just more offshore business dealings too.
That would make sense.
Yeah. What you got, ma'am?
All right. What I've got is they basically get a message or a judgment that's the end. We're done. You're done. It's over. You're done. This is the message. This is the paperwork. Here you go from the court. And your old way of life is done. No more. And then I start getting things like legal, making decisions. And this being a legal decision helps me clarify what this is, but it's also just from that point on, they have to make decisions about what they're going to do going forward. But the energy starts here and it just goes, and they become much, much smaller. And
that could be too why I got especially for the kids, starting with the Six of Pentacles having to share. And then their biggest challenge is that Two of Pentacles juggling. How do we balance this? How do we make this work?
Yeah. Because of all the things they've thrown out there and done and Trump has done and what have you, I pulled one card each for Senior, Junior, Ivanka, and Eric. Mm-hmm. For Senior, what's he going to do? He's going to gather up all the stuff and he's going to go here. And I've picked up basically that I've picked this up for years, that kind of the only rule in Trump world is protect Ivanka. Other than that, the boys on their own. But this is a scoop up here. For Junior, he takes the brunt of it. He signed the most papers short of Trump himself, to Senior himself.
All to make daddy happy.
All to make daddy happy. Yep. Plus, I think he has a small mammal on his back.
Just a little
Yes.
koala bear.
Yes.
Oh, that's a marsupial. Sorry. Let me find another animal. You said mammal. Well, it's a mammal.
I know, but still, we all understand. We all understand. Ivanka, many lawyers, because she's also got Kushner.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear more about them going after him, but when they go after the Trump family, I think he comes later.
I almost felt like he would come first.
Oh, really?
I don't know
Okay.
why. It's like
fine with me.
The cards have to fall, and he's the easiest way to get the house of cards to fall. Because he's connected but not connected. He knows and he's signed. I don't know. I could be very wrong. And this read on it is just a petty spidey sense.
we are all, these people have been so awful and so destructive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That, us being slightly petty,
yeah.
we have not decimated families and right. So if we are getting excited at the idea of them facing legal justice, we're not talking about them being hurt. We're talking about if there is evidence of crimes being broken, them getting legal justice. Oh, I can be happy about that all day long.
Then let the Lord's will be done.
What I get for Eric, though, sorry, someone else is using my printer.
I was like, beam you up to Scotty right now?
No, someone else is using my printer.
Okay.
They're getting a new printer elsewhere in the house at the moment, and they're trying to sort it out. So it's like, oh, just use this one. And anyway, Eric actually, he comes out not well, but he comes out better than you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out better than his brother.
That doesn't surprise me.
Might be because of the small mammal. I might be. Do you know? Yesterday I was reading on Junior has he's debuted on Cameo. You didn't know that? I found the wonderful people here told me that yesterday. He has debuted on Cameo, and his prices start at $525. So yesterday I was reading on if that has anything to do with maybe some powdered sugar money. But anyway,
I have nothing nice to say.
Yeah, I laughed for probably 5 minutes straight.
Yeah,
the kids are going to fight. There is going to be fighting amongst themselves, and so I'm like, well, okay, this is they're basically Trump's going to dump it on the kids. Their energy, the money and the energy, it decreases rapidly.
Yeah. And
I'm like, but how bad could it be, really?
Mm-hmm.
No. Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Devil. Poverty.
Oh, well, come on now.
It's going to be bad.
It's bad, 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 bad.
Yeah. So I'm always wondering if people with that much money and political connections ever face justice, but I think this family's about to.
I still don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, listen.
I know. I'm skeptical too. It's like, yeah, we'll get on with it.
I think it's going to not be the justice we think it's going to be. I think, like you said, it's going to be like businesses go kaput and they're poor. And then people are going to be like, well, that's not what I'm like, no, you got to understand, though, karma is way more powerful than we are. The justice that we want may be pale in comparison to the gift that karma is going to bring, because she knows how to hit them.
That's true.
That's my little 2 cents.
Oh, no, I understand.
This is the Neo Tarot, by the way. Neo, Neo Tarot. You can get it on the Amazon. You can get it on, at, I believe Barnes & Noble has it or had it for a long time. And so does Books A Million, but Neo Tarot.
Thank you. I'm going to buy it. That's gorgeous.
Deck. Very, very strong card stock. I've had this deck for like a couple years and I use it often, and it is no signs of struggle at all.
Nice. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you were talking about, I had a question, and of course it just went straight out of my head. You were talking about, we were talking about, are people with that much money and connections, are they ever really going to have to face real justice?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, if you don't mind, since you're here,
Yes.
you'd asked about Kushner. Or, sorry, you'd mentioned Kushner. You think he'll go down first?
I think he'll get. Yeah, I think they're gonna. I don't know. Do you want? You want to see? Because I
absolutely. Let's read. Let's read on the evil mannequin.
Is that his nickname? Is that his nickname?
That's what I call him.
That's awful, but it's not awful. The awfulness is that's exactly him.
I thank you.
I was like, he is an evil mannequin. That's awful for him. Oh, okay. What is
if he ever needs a job, he can go down to the local department store.
Yeah, he is. Gosh, that's so true. Oh, it's giving me the creeps and the chills.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you want to see, will he go first?
Or what's going to happen to him?
Okay.
Okay. I think I might need some more cards, but all I'm getting from this spread, judgment.
I'm not going to go further. That was the first card I picked.
Yeah, but what I'm getting a lot coming against them, but I'm just getting a really, really strong feeling of he is going to flip on the Trumps like he'll flip on Ivanka. He'll flip on everybody. He will. The center card is flipping, and this is just all. You want me to cooperate? Here. You've got the goods on me. Okay, fine. Cooperate. And so parts of his family still end up okay.
Mm-hmm. That's why that's why I feel like they know getting to him and the house of cards will fall. It starts off with judgment and it's crossed with the Ace of Pentacles. So he's worried about money. Page of Pentacles is at the base of this. News about money. They're going to hit him. Like I just heard RICO charges. They're going to get, that's where they're going. His only defense, and it's particularly about when he was in the White House too. So, because this is the recent past, that how do I, okay, forgive me for this analogy, and I'm probably going to get torn to shreds in the comments. And if I do, I deserve it because I'm probably going to picture this. So, if memory serves, when I used to babysit my baby cousin, she used to watch Sailor Moon a lot. Sailor Moon. And so Sailor Moon, I think, had this little like flying star that she would like chuck and it would go and just like desecrate everything and just like and cause like destruction. But it was all about how she kind of like flung it. So Sailor Moon fans, I am so sorry if I messed this up. I'm sorry if that was like one particular episode and I'm like attributing all of this to Sailor Moon. But I remember watching it a couple times and going like, God, I wish I had that little like device that I could use. That's what he's going to do. And it's like and I think that's going to be what he says. I can see document shredding. He's going to just muck it up. He's gonna muck it up to save himself, though. And
oh my gosh,
is like it's this.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm floored. I am getting he or his family fine.
Yeah,
create all the chaos, do all the damage. Investigators, so that he or his family end up okay. He is going to throw, and he's not just going to throw them under the bus. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I do just want to say this, make this very clear. His energy is mean.
Oh, so
like going into his energy right now.
Oof.
He is vicious.
I mean, like, that's why that Sailor Moon and the that's going to be like my new thing for the rest of the day. That's what he's about to do. It is just like whoosh, and it's going to cause so much destruction. And I want to ask you a question. When you say his family is going to be okay, I don't even know if Ivanka is going to be super okay. I think he's more like,
no, I'm sorry. I meant family like
his dad.
Father.
Yeah, right.
Family, the Kushner properties, not Ivanka. Mm-mm. He is he's also mad about his father-in-law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he also blames her for getting him into all this because, of course, he is blameless and perfect. And sorry, you were saying.
No, lucky girl, thank you. It is her tiara. Okay, well then, whatever she flings, it goes, and all hell breaks loose. And all I was saying, Autumn, is I'm glad we're here on this because I don't think I think it is the Kushner family, mama, dad.
Right. I'm sorry, I should have clarified.
Not Ivanka and the children.
Is this sooner or later?
Ooh, let's look. I'm gonna have a daggum song stuck in my head all day too with that sound effect. Sailor Moon.
Oh man. I don't watch horror movies just because like full blown. I like things with suspense, and I love sci-fi movies and the monster, the alien kind of. I'm good with that, but the actual like horror and Saw movies and things like that, I can't put that stuff in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the reference, but I have heard some people. Maybe some of you will. This will mean something to some of you, but I've heard some people calling him Brahms. Who's an evil doll or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know if that. This guy, look, you got to see this. I'm sorry, I know you're the guest. I should let you go first, but I'm just
go.
For his money, for the Kushner, what have you. I have worked too hard. It being, honey, we have to work together, sweetheart, but you're part of our family. We were in the White House together. He feels done. The energy, he feels absolutely done. And to be honest, I wonder if it's because he's got some jail time ahead of him for something.
You know what also, and hold on a second.
Because I've got a thief here. I've got the thief card, and right underneath that, I've got evidence.
I also pick up this, he's resentful. I don't know why I'm picking this up. He's resentful of the jealousy Donald Trump had towards him. Everything that Kushner had, Donald had to have it. Remember when Kushner was going to get nominated, got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? That's when Donnie amped his stuff up and was like, oh, come on, me too. Everything that.
But apparently, let's be fair. I don't. What I heard is it's not actually that hard to get nominated.
No, but in Donald's eyes, though, Kushner getting nominated and him not is the
right.
It's and he's like, I made you. how dare you? Hold on. I'm gonna pull something. I'm gonna get the what is the resentment? What is the resentment?
Jeanette is suggesting going to jail for stealing and selling PPE. I think it feels more overseas.
This is bigger.
But he's angry.
Wow.
Total resentment. Total cold.
Interesting.
Back in the early 90s, Brian Warner having basically taken his stage persona to the nth degree.
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Manson used to. There was a T-shirt you could get that said, "When I'm God, everyone dies."
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Kushner right now.
So I got a couple.
Or soon. Holy heck!
Yeah. So there's a couple things. You asked, will it come soon? I think it will come sooner rather than later. There's already a plan set in motion with the Three of Wands. But the funny thing is, what's the challenge is that the celebration of Three of Cups. Is that, yeah, that's him. He knows the buzzards are circling and they're about to go in and get the prey. He's going to be defending. There is the and defending and juggling, base and crown of the reading. This is not good. And it is the star. There's going to be some illumination. The star is like my hell yes card. So yeah, it's going to come sooner rather than later. This is ugly. Again, couldn't care less about a sadder group of people. This is bad.
This is awful.
The resentment is rude. There is nothing but base chakra and crown chakra. He hates this man. There's also drugs. I get, because I got holistic health too.
Really?
This years ago. This isn't something that is. This has been brewing for like when they started dating. And I think a lot of it too, how he sees Donald is like this unstable cretin. And a lot of it comes from seeing also how Donald may abuse certain substances, because that's when he goes completely off the rail, because there's no connection. Didn't Donald even have jokes and were not because of Jared being Jewish? And that was something that's his family legacy was big to him, still is, and being Jewish. I mean, so much so that Ivanka, I don't think that was up for debate. Ivanka had to convert.
Yes. Yes.
So there's also that his faith, his Judaism is also a part of this, and how Donald basically is like the Archie Bunker personified, right? So this is extremes built off of extremes, opposite ends of the spectrum, extremes.
The energy is so bad. And that's the thing. Recently, I've been getting, when I read on certain things that are bad, it's just been really, I've been getting out the Tums. The other day, I had to stop reading. So maybe I'm trying to say, maybe I'm being oversensitive. I read on this. I tried to read on those poor kids in Canada. It was like being hit in the heart chakra with a giant pole. I literally had to get up and like in the middle of the live stream and go get the cats. Yeah. I could not continue. So maybe I'm just being oversensitive. This guy is vicious. Part of this is he watched his father go to prison.
He's out under. I will not, cannot, shall not, ever. He
will do the corrupt business stuff, but he will make certain he has other people to throw under the bus. Excuse me. The energy, he is cold.
Yep.
He is the evil mannequin. The mannequin, he is as cold as a mannequin. Yep. I've got a tower card for more information on this. End of the world, end of his world as he's known it. All the stuff he went through, swords falling into everybody's backs, some feeble fighting, trying to fight back, but that night is showy, whereas this is a knight protecting the realm, and wands are Trump. Trump is the king of wands. So this to me is a card of the knights of Trump world protecting their realm.
Yeah.
This is when I get the Knight of Swords, that is aggressive law enforcement. But when I get the Chariot, this is aggressive law enforcement in capital letters. And this is no match for this.
Yeah.
No way.
None.
He cares about his kids. But judgment is coming, and I don't think he's going to be able to see them very much. When you were talking about him resenting Trump, Trump's been a bully to him for years. And awful.
So this is decades long.
Yep. And entertainment only. What do we know? I'm getting, he used to love Ivanka.
Interesting. I wonder if he truly loved her or loved what she did for him and his clout.
Well, one thing I remember way back, there was some kind of biography where they were talking about the Trump family and the Kushners. And I remember they said, for all the talk that you would think Kushner would have had to prove himself to become part of the Trump family, in fact, it was the other way around. Because the Kushner family fortune was bigger.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of clout. And that's a part of why she had to convert to Judaism. But this guy,
he is a cold fish. Doesn't describe cold.
This guy is Mariana's Trench cold.
Like, and part of me, I hate to say this, entertain me for a second, y'all. I'd like to learn some lessons because I'm too caring and giving and loving and too self-sacrificing. It would be nice just to learn a little bit of how to be that vicious, just from a pure educational standpoint, because that's very interesting. Like to be that cold and conniving. I'm like, how do you do that? That's not my body, my brain, my spirit can't do that. How do you do that?
There are books on it. There are literally books on how to do it, but I've never read them.
Yeah, but he needs to like teach classes. That's very fascinating to me. I'm like, oh, geez, Louise. Oh, these people. Which petty me kind of likes it because I'm like, go ahead and get them. Go ahead, do what you need to do.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure I will have to read on Kushner again, but if I never have to get near that cold, that ice cold,
frigid, Arctic.
Wow. Okay. Let's go into a completely different topic.
Okay.
And I don't know what your personal beliefs are on this, to be honest.
Okay.
And so maybe you don't know mine. Kay Nelson saying that Ivanka and Donald Trump Jr. have astrological similarities. They do, but I've gone over the astrology with Dad, and anyway, it's their astrological compatibility. His father's astrological compatibility with his sons is say like 50%, 45%. It's actually slightly higher with Eric, but with Ivanka it was like this, which is, and if Trump wasn't so creepy, it would be a beautiful thing. It would be a father who would just want to be his daughter's biggest cheerleader, but he's creepy.
Like creepy. Yeah.
And I think Kushner resents that too.
That's a good one, my friends. That's a good one. That's a very good point. Yes. Because it's not natural.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, Kathy Anderson, I agree. Adrian, love you just the way you are.
I'm not saying it won't change. I just think it's a very interesting case study. That's just
no.
Very interesting.
I write stories. I have to create villains. I have to try to twist things around in my head to be like, okay, from that perspective, yeah. Okay, but we're gonna completely change the subject. So at 45 minutes in, the question was, will the government tell the truth about UFOs? And then I wanted to read on these things themselves.
Okay.
Because I've heard some theories.
Okay.
But first, will the government tell the truth?
Because Obama, they've circulated an article, something about Obama saying that, heck yes, they exist. There's, information. But then he was like on the island. Nothing else came out to support his assertion. Clinton has said it. And correct me, didn't it wasn't Reagan, but it was like maybe Bush 1.
Now, are you just talking about the
existence of UFOs? They have
the existence of these things.
Yes, they have there have been several presidents who were like, yes, and there's sealed information about it. Absolutely.
There is information about it. Yeah. Obama did say that his first day in office, he did ask, he's like, okay, so where's the bunker? Was there a bunker with the aliens? And they said no. And he's like, oh, all right. He's very disappointed.
Or not anymore, Mr. President.
Yeah. Kevin Chandler saying that Carter talked about his UFO encounter before he was president. I don't know the details about that, but yes, Kathy Anderson, I understand. Government truth, row of laughing emojis. I know. Will they tell the truth?
Yeah, I mean, there's no. The truth is there with the Queen of Swords. That's actually how it starts, but it's crossed by the King of Swords. So there's a step further. It's only going to go so far. Page of Swords, listen to this. Page of Swords at the base. Queen of Cups at the crown. So you've got this emotion energy also mixed with this truth. Woo, woo, woo. Thought. Sorry. I had my own UFO moment just a second ago. My brain went somewhere else. They're burdened because there's also some money. Okay, I get it. Resources in this row. Yeah, they're not even so much about, how do I put it? There's a profit. It's profitable to not tell the truth, and that's how I'm going to put it.
Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
And know when to give the information to the military industrial complex.
Because there may be technology that could be compromised. So it's more financially astute to not.
That makes sense.
Disclose everything.
That makes sense. I am getting that the wheels are turning toward truth, but it feels like it's moving slowly. But this is, for what it's worth, at least this is progress. We're not continuing to play the game of, if you've seen something, that you are a crazy person. And this is a legal decision to release some information, but they're just giving a little. I think what's happening behind the scenes is they are trying to find ways to basically get hold of them, reverse engineer them, disrupt their communications, find ways to basically take them down and protect ourselves from them. Now, sorry, were you done with that part of it?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Because, all right, this is where it starts. We start getting into a Venn diagram of I'm willing to listen to what the cards say. I have my personal beliefs, which I'm certain interfere with things, and it's not. I don't have popular beliefs on this.
Okay.
I think I think space is the most accurately named thing ever. It is so unbelievably vast.
I was like, Matt, our brains cannot comprehend.
No, cannot comprehend.
We're too basic to comprehend the vastness.
Yes.
Yeah.
My personal feeling is that these UFOs, and I worked on the edges of aviation.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to many pilots who have seen the things. So I've seen the things do the weirdness. They talk about it amongst themselves. They try not to talk about it publicly because they don't want people to think they're nuts. But no, this is commercial level pilots, number one, I think it is, if we're going to go as far out to start talking about aliens,
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't think they're aliens. Mm-hmm. I think it is as likely that if there are alien seeming beings,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have any experience with that, it's just as likely if you crossing the kind of distances we're talking about, being able to find this backwater little planet. We are not even on like the main trunks of, because there are like threads of planets and star matter through and we are literally,
we're so hidden.
One. Yeah.
Yes. In a galaxy that's in a galaxy within a galaxy within another galaxy that's tethered to another galaxy. The Milky Way. Mm-hmm.
You're right. And we're just in one little tiny piece of it.
Yep.
I would accept time travel before I would accept aliens.
Mm.
That's me.
Okay. I can see that.
And it's like, yeah, if that's possible, which it probably, anyway, they are humanoid, and they're famously having problems reproducing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they are experimenting on us, apparently. If that's true, that's exactly the kind of thing we would do.
Yeah.
Exactly. If people from our time, if we suddenly couldn't reproduce ourselves, but we could travel through time,
mm-hmm.
Does anybody think that they wouldn't go back in time and experiment on people, or mm-hmm. change things up, mm-hmm. or change really? So I don't know that any of that's happening. My actual, I've read on time travel, and basically what I got was it will sort of, it's like I'm making this up. This is not how you do it, but it would be like, okay, we just have to go to Jupiter and use half of its mass.
Yes, exactly.
So we have like 2 shots at this to go back. And then to do that, we're also, we do not want to get rid of Jupiter ever.
Right.
Jupiter has saved us from so many things crashing into us.
Oh, thank you for having such a big atmosphere.
Yes, thank you. But it would be something like that, where it's like, you're not going to just like travel back in time. It's like, you can go visit the hologram of it because of what was back then, because they're not doing it that often. Anyway, I don't mean to get too far off on this tangent, but this topic, as far as these unidentified flying objects, mm-hmm. I'd be floored if they aren't drones.
Yeah, something else. Yeah.
So, Oh, are you guys buffering? Are you having troubles? Let me know.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, they're saying no, not buffering. Okay.
No.
Okay. Polly wanted to sing I So Long for a Tempestuous Alien Romance.
I was trying so hard to keep a straight face while you were talking because I was reading her. I was like, she was like, I would tell them they could touch, but they'll not look. I was like, I can't laugh because I was going to think I'm laughing at her. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at that hilarious comment.
Oh no, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Yep.
All right. So, are these drones?
Let's look. Are they drones?
That took me so long to talk through all of that, but.
And thank you for sharing your perspective with us and your opinion.
It does not help that I had a free trial to Epix, EPIX,
I've heard of
the
that.
streaming service.
Yeah.
I just got a free trial, so I just binged all of their new version of War of the Worlds,
I
which is very different from the original.
was like, say, how was it?
Very good. And now I'm almost finished binge watching Condor, which is based on 3 Days of the Condor, or 3 Days, the Robert Redford movie, but it's better too. Anyway, are they drones?
Some are, some, how do I put it? I'm not going to say some aren't, some are, some aren't. Because then you have to ask what are the ones that are and what are the ones that aren't. And it's not telling me that. What it's telling me is some are, some aren't, with the King of Swords at the base and the Ace of Wands at the crown. The challenge is truly understanding what the ones that are not are, because we don't have the technology, or that it's going to be so secretive, it will never tell us exactly what it is. We're always going to be left in a little bit of a confusion until somebody tells the truth. So what I'm getting to is even if it's not a drone, it is like some very hybrid, sophisticated. I'm hearing defense. Like it wouldn't be what we would call a drone. It's some type of like. Remember, we used to think the stealth bomber was a UFO because the military obviously didn't talk about it. It's going to be something like that, like, until somebody says, "Oh, I hate it. Russia is flying this super secret blah, blah, blah." It's going to always look like it, because it's technically not a drone. It's some type of defense weapon, but they'll never admit to it. There's always, because to be honest with you, I kind of don't blame countries for doing this. You kind of can't. It's about the whole security, safety. What are you getting, ma'am?
I'm sorry, guys. I've got nothing weird here. I've literally, I have cards of money, defense, physical objects, defense. And so I'm like trying to pull extra. This is fruits of labor. It's the silence around it, around the people, whoever's in charge of it. And I'm like, okay, it's more information, more just physical objects. People have been worried, but strength, as in calm down. Just, the beast, the inner beast that worries about the unknown. Yeah. I got a King of Wands. I'm getting nothing High Priestess secrets.
Neither.
Devil card, out to hurt us. I'm not getting, world card or Hanged Man, change our perspective. I don't think it's that. I don't. But I don't mean to be a buzzkill. Okay. So we have read on that.
We have. And virtually got the same thing. Yes and no. Some of them, because I was saying, yes, some of them are drones. Some of them aren't. The ones that aren't, they're like B-2 bombers or stealth bomber back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not getting the huge conspiracy, secret, series, TV series worthy.
I was thinking like the bunker type of deep level pocket thing that
right.
People think.
Oh, hang on just a second.
Hi, Papa San. And thank you to everybody. Thanks to everybody who's watching. I'm going to do this on Autumn's behalf. And thanks to all the super chatters today. Thank you for your chat.
Thank you. And yes, that was Dad. Okie dokie. Now, I'm not even sure how to talk about this. But I will say we were talking about movies and different things that are possible or not. And actually, let me write down the time. 1:01. Did anybody here see Die Hard 4? Live Free or Die Hard?
My uncle has all of the Die Hards still on VHS, also on DVD. He has them streamed. And I'm like, I have never seen anybody who loves a movie franchise that, and he quotes it all the time. And he thinks it's an abomination that I've never seen any of them. I see the first one. First one's a Christmas movie, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Other people may argue. I think it is. Oh, Kathleen. Hi, Dad. I love your daughter. She's such a good person.
Oh, she is such a good person. So I was like, hi, Papa San.
Oh. Okay. So in Die Hard 4, and I have to go back to this. People who do believe in that aliens are visiting us and what have you, there's nothing that says I'm right.
These are our opinions.
They're absolutely not. And I've been very clear on this channel for a really long time. I am not the be all and I am not the great Griswelda. Griswelda who knows all. No. I'm just a person and I am as special as you are. I don't have all the answers. So anyway, I just want to make sure I make that perfectly clear. I'm not knocking what other people think. Okay. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. Well, there's been a lot of talk in the news about cyber attacks.
Yes.
I have not read on the attack on the beef industry because I can't read on the beef industry. I can't read on a lot of the meat industry because I'm vegan. And all I pick up is the animal stuff. But there was an attack against the pipeline. Kristen, seen the movie Die Hard 4, had the fire sale attack.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. For those of you who don't know, because that's part of the movie, it's, oh my gosh, it's a fire sale. No one said a fire sale. Nobody's talking about a fire sale. Who said fire sale? And the other like, what's a fire sale? And eventually it explains. It's a huge cyber attack. And the idea of it's called a fire sale because everything must go.
Everything must go.
So they attack, they mess with the street lights. They mess with the, Anyway, the movie was a wee bit unrealistic.
wee bit. That's all.
Just a tiny bit. Although, hey, if I know, I would never mess with the married man. That's never going to happen. But I got to tell you, in an alternate universe, hey, if Timothy Oliphant wanted to overthrow he wants to be ruling the world, I'll consider it. So I love, anyway. So the idea is, we're getting these attacks, but of course, before anybody is thinking, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to make the NSA mad at you? Hi, NSA. Hi. Big fan. Big fan. We are no harm to you. We mean no harm.
I have a side note. Okay. Can I go off on a slight tangent for a second? It'll be kind of help lighten some of the mood, but
Timothy Oliphant, go ahead.
This is how I know the government knows about this mess that's going on, because you can cyber attack a pipeline, some Canadian churn, a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But y'all mean to tell me you can't get into Sallie Mae or the Department of Education and take care of these loans?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me some things our entire infrastructure is just wide open, but Sallie Mae and Navient got that stuff locked down so tight you can't see through a tunnel? Come on! Okay, I'm done. Thank you for letting me get that out.
I understand.
I feel better.
You would think if it was that easy, there would be a Robin Hood who would step forward.
Take care of the loans, help the children is what I'm saying. But okay, side note, keep going. Yes, ma'am.
No, that's fine. There are various people who are talking about different ideas of what it could be and what it could mean, and this is good because I think we all need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is that we are moving into a future that everything is more online.
Mm-hmm.
I am also, I've talked about this before, I'm a little concerned about Pluto entering Aquarius in a couple of years. Because Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, it's technology. It's the internet. And when Pluto enters any sign, what it does is it hits that sign and anything about that sign, related to that sign. Unless something is strong and healthy and has deep roots, it just plows right through and just knocks things over. Now, the good thing about that, this is the part of the story I love telling. When there are so many awful things that happened that Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008, all right? Now, the bad part, of course, is Capricorn is about status. It's about how you progress in the world, how high you rise, and it's all about hierarchy. Capricorn, think of the UK, yeah. England specifically is a Capricorn nation. Yeah. January 1st, 1066. Now, the thing about that, is there any, we think of them as that aristocracy. Your speech decides exactly which level you are on. You can't rise through the ranks as easily. And back in the day, you really couldn't. Mm-hmm. Good luck. And what has been made you rise in society for a really long time is land ownership. In the modern world, it's home ownership.
Yeah.
So Pluto hits Capricorn in 2008, and all of these mortgages, I think it almost like before it goes into a sign, it's almost like there's a buildup of things that are going. It's like a buildup of the mess that's going to get knocked down. Yep.
And I remember that playing out into because I worked in the credit card industry, 2005 through 2011, and I saw the buildup before this happened. So yes, you're absolutely correct. We saw it happening before it even plummeted.
So Pluto enters Capricorn. It hits all of these on these balloon loans and I don't know what the actual term for it is. I'm not thinking straight, but all of these very shaky financial deals hits, knocks them all down. And then it just has spent ever since, and it's just going through that sign of work and status. And The ugly thing it did was what it did. It's so not the same, but it's similar to what it did in 1939 when Pluto entered Leo, which is a sign of dictators and kings rulership. Pluto enters Leo 1939. It looks around and says, "Okay, who's the biggest, ugliest rock I can kick up? The most covered in scum, the thing that is absolutely unhealthy that I need to raise to the surface so we can get rid of it."
Mm-hmm.
Adolf, Europe.
Yeah, that one.
As Pluto has been going through Capricorn, this idea of status. First, and I love this, Pluto was like, okay, I need to get all the gunk to rise to the surface so we can get rid of it. Let's elect the first African American president, make him unproblematic and popular.
Yeah.
And watch all of the corruption, the disgusting gunk that's still in consciousness. Watch people's heads explode all over to suddenly have status. A good, decent family man, unproblematic, no drama Obama. Let's give him 2 terms.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, now let's go back to what we normally do. Let's see, where's the biggest, ugliest rock I can find? Who's all about status. Capricorn rules skyscrapers. It rules the moneyed. It's all about hierarchy.
Yeah.
And American hierarchy in America is based on money. So who's the gunkiest, grossest rock I can kick up? Donald.
Yep.
So Pluto is going to move into, yes, I agree, Pamela, Obama with his fantastic wife.
Go, Michelle.
Yep. So anyway, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius, which rules technology, the internet, and various other things. So I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
So with all of that, since I've just taken all your time talking, there's so much stuff in the news about cyber attacks and what have you. So let's go to the absolute extreme, just the craziest of the crazy. Is in the next 10 years, 10, maybe 20, but relatively soon, and certainly within our lifetimes, is there going to be a fire sale cyber attack on the U.S.?
I'm going to ask a particular on the U.S.
And if the answer is yes, that does not mean panic. That does not mean panic.
Yeah.
No, we're going to get through whatever it is. Remember, I explained to you all the stuff that Pluto does. And then we clean it up. And then it goes on to the next sort of bucket of things that it deals with and kicks up. And then we clean that away. So, yeah, sometimes it's hard cleaning up after the elephants as they go through.
Mm-hmm.
But we clean up after the elephants and we go
The elephants. Let's see. You know what, Autumn? I think within the next 10 years, hold on.
Yeah, I need to center my energy again, and I need to get out of my head. I need to just reconnect. There's some people getting mad I'm even saying the words. And like people like I'm not saying the government's watching this. I'm just saying, what? Who said that? No, nobody say that. What you getting? Or do you want me to?
You can go if you want. I'm just getting my language together for this. Go ahead.
We are going to be okay.
Yeah. I just, whatever is going, something's already happened. So, which tells me the worst I never challenged worse, but there's nothing. Yeah. Go ahead. We're fine.
We're going to be okay. I think there's probably going to be increasing stuff happening in this area.
Mm-hmm.
We will get through it. We made it through a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But we need vigilance. We need to strengthen, please call your representatives to help to have them push on infrastructure, because that's also going to be cybersecurity.
Yeah.
They're going to be watching for it.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like legal. This feels more like trying to keep balance in the worldwide systems, and they're going to be there. There's icky stuff. So I don't know that we should do more than like after the whole pandemic thing. It's like, it would make sense to have a couple extra boxes of toilet tissue just in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Have 3 months of supplies, which is like for natural disasters and things like that. That's what I'm getting. That just be sensible if you can. It is so hard to come up with extra money for more supplies, or to save money. But this is not go buy a bunker. No. But I am getting. I'm getting. We should just be less major arcana foolish. Okay. La la la, everything's going to be fine. I don't have to, Ant and the Grasshopper.
Okay.
That's, just take action. Just the other thing I've been getting in this, because I've been reading about it, is it will get Trump out of our system. Because we will have a common enemy.
Okay. Interesting.
It will help. We will have other things to worry about. But what are you getting? Because maybe I did not want to read on this just myself. I was hoping you'd read on this with me, because I think it's the consensus among readers that's going to be closest to the truth.
Yeah. I'm getting what I'm getting is the King of Pentacles. It starts off with, which is telling me that most of the attacks how do I put this? Substantial attacks are always going to be something that involves financial. So I'm not necessarily going to say they're going to go continuing to attack banks, right? What I'm saying is think about whatever could have the most financial impact. That's what's going to be the target, which means to me that we all are targets. Anybody who has a checking account, anybody who has something, we're all here, right? So to me, will something major happen to the US? I'm like, not really, because if you want to cripple something, I just don't see it in that perspective. Let's just put it that way. The challenge, though, is that there's always going to major change to death. And what I'm getting is reading this line across. It starts off with the King of Pentacles. It's always going to be about money, making sure we crossed by the death card, major change. making sure we stay on top of how we monitor cybersecurity in the environment with the Four of Wands, and so that we are not caught with our pants down. We're always staying ahead with the Seven of Cups. And there's also going to be, there's staying ahead to make sure, because there's going to be so many different ways as this technology gets more advanced, making sure we just stay ahead. Again, I worked in finance for almost a decade during the worst recession. So hacking isn't new. We saw this in 2005. This is not new, which is why the Tower card in the recent past makes so much sense to me. This is something that has happened before. Whatever happened, it's done. It's almost like this is old news. So don't panic. Take a deep breath. This is how the high priest is at the base of this. This is how hackers operate. It's a secret. They're hiding, they're lurking. Okay. But you'll always be able to get around it. Move to calmer waters at the crown. Just because they're hiding and lurking doesn't mean you need to be afraid. You'll be able to move forward, move on. And what I think is very, very, very telling, again, the word of warning is the Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's going to be the biggest vulnerability is anything that has a financial that's attached to finance. Okay. But we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I got the same card.
Not new. This is in the past. This has been happening. Has happened before. Whatever the big threat we think is going to happen, it's already done. Take a deep breath. We're fine. We're fine.
Vigilance and sense.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I just want to also make it clear the energy I'm getting is not like, oh, she just did vigilance and sense, or so we can just do exactly what we're doing. It doesn't matter. I'm sure everything's fine now. I would be a little bit more vigilant. I would just be a little bit more, like we went through the pandemic. It's like you kind of know what happens now if there are disruptions and things.
I would just tell people, as a director of advertising, I will just tell everybody there is more threat of you clicking on somebody's Facebook link than there is about a huge mass cyber attack that's going to happen to the United States. That's all I'm saying. Be vigilant and be smart.
Yeah. Be vigilant and do the sensible, super sensible thing. Things you learned in the pandemic, because there may not be a huge attack, but there could be disruptions and things. So keep a little extra if you can over time. Just add one more thing to your grocery list. Just make sure you've got little,
Don't hoard toilet.
Yeah, don't hoard things. No. But actually have things, and we'll get through it. There were two comments. What was it? Hang on. Oh, okay. I want to make this perfectly clear, and I want to make this very, very clear, and I hope everybody is hearing me. I spent 20 years married to a commercial pilot. Okay. When things fell apart, he had worked for a major airline for years. He'd been working for a major airline for years. This idea of someone in the chat just said it would be really scary if someone hacked airplane controls. I'm telling you,
no,
it's not going to happen. There are beyond redundancy, right, Autumn?
Yes,
there's redundancy. There are things that can be done. There are things pilots can do. There are things people on the ground can do. It is so high up on the priority list that not happen.
Yeah.
And it was pretty high up, but certainly since 9/11, like nailed to that top spot of nothing like this happening again. So for all the stories and movies and TV shows and what have you, that's one of the least likely things to happen.
Yeah.
And so seriously, I literally lose not one bit of sleep over that. I do not, you know me, I worry about stuff, but I do not spend a millisecond worrying about that now that I've seen so much of what happens in aviation, both from the ground level, little flight schools, FBOs where private planes come in and out, to major airlines. Don't stress. Seriously, don't stress that. Also, Teresa's comment, see, but when I'm in my bunker, I won't need pants.
Or bra.
Or a bra.
Or underwear, really.
Well, whatever you're comfortable in or not.
You know, you can just wear a big muumuu. I would.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be so comfortable.
I'm an old Mystery Science Theater fan, and one of their most famous episodes was they did this ungodly bad short film called The Hands of Manos. And trust me, I know that Manos means hands because that's part of the thing of how bad this movie was. The Hands of Hands? What the?
Oh, the Hands of Hands.
And it was filmed back in the 70s, and it was just this whole thing. And so during the commercial breaks, one of the characters came out dressed like the big, scary, priest who was going to do the scary with the big, thing he was wearing, and and one of the guys looks up at the other and he's like, "You look like Maud."
And then there's Maud.
Yes. So yeah, the big caftan, long sleeve, big. Yeah. Why not? That could be freeing.
Yes.
Oh gosh, Rebecca's saying David Johnson thought it would be more likely that a nuclear reactor could get hacked. Yeah. I love David. This is nothing negative against David. David Johnson is the bomb. He is the bomb. He's great. He's wonderful. But I don't know. Mary's got some fine gym shorts, so get comfortable.
Yes, just relax in your bunker. It's your safe space.
Well,
come as you are.
Well, considering I spend all my time here and the drapes are closed for the lighting, yeah, this kind of is my bunker. All right, let me see if I open this a little. Oh, there's greenery. Oh, wow. Oh, the birds. Hey, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, I need to. Oh, I wrote. It's like, oh, we didn't cover this question. Let's do last question. 1:28:30. There's a whole lot of chat today, but I think productive and certainly fun.
Oh, fun. You got to chit and chat. You have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm always telling people how, I do the color. They do the nails and the colors and the overlays and the things to try. And I don't swear. I'm trying to keep the energy up here so that I can dip down into the ugly and then come back up. I'm kind of like a really mild version of Penelope from Criminal Minds.
Okay, I've never seen Criminal Minds.
Okay, she does their computer. She's a computer genius.
Okay.
And she's so good that she is one of the main computer people for the BAU, the Behavioral Analysis Unit in the FBI, who go after the serial killers.
Oh, okay.
And so she's the super hacker. And
is she the chick with the black hair?
No.
Okay, so never mind.
No, but her thing is that she has to look through so much gunk from all of these killers and all of this cruelty, and so everything around, she wears these big bold colors and the crazy hair and the big poof balls and the and she has all these figurines and silliness and all this stuff in her office, and it's like, yeah,
you need to. she's like a sister to me. Her husband is all I'm going to say is very high up in the military, and they both have very intense jobs, and he is the same. Like, he has this giggle that is so disarming, and just like you immediately just smile and laugh, and you would never guess that he's like a trained assassin, because he's like, I see the worst of human nature every day. So, because we were talking about favorite movies, he's like, I love fairy tales. I love comedies. He's like, I don't even really like action movies that much. And I was like, wow. And unless it's a serial killer, I'm not going to watch it. And I was like, oh, but that makes sense. What you see the worst of humans every day. So you need like to laugh and to remind yourself that there is beauty and fun in the world.
Yeah. And reading on politicians every day.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Gates and all of that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. 131. 131. Will the U.S. retaliate against countries behind the cyber attacks? Because Russia and China right now are very much trying to eat our lunch. And since they attacked the beef industry, I guess that's almost literally.
I was like, all
right, my brain does stuff like this.
It's like, and I've got nothing to add on that one. Will we retaliate? Was the question, correct?
Will the U.S. retaliate? KD Moonchild saying, I did Windows tech support for 2 years. They encourage you to have stress relief toys around you on your desk.
Katie, I think I sent you something on the Instaface, Katie. Go check. Will we retaliate?
Oh, thank heaven Biden's in charge of things.
Yes. Well. Go ahead, ma'am, because I think you're done and I'm just now pulling and being petty. Go ahead.
I think we're big dog on the block.
Mm-hmm.
I got a big old emperor card here. And I get, go about your lives. The institutions have a very big sword. They will use judiciously and carefully, and they will rain on your parade. This is insult to injury. Hi NSA, I am not your enemy ever. Cybersecurity, military cybersecurity. Hi, I mean you no harm. I mean no one any harm. Please don't just ignore me, please. Please. Yeah, and especially with Putin, but even China, Biden is not happy. And I think he's going to make it. I think he's going to dissuade judiciously, though.
Dissuade is what you said. Dissuade.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you?
Same thing. We're going to take the higher ground. It ends with the Six of Swords, taking the higher ground, moving on. There is a plan, though, with the Page of Wands. We are watching. We are not happy. However, though, the challenge is these Two of Cups. Wow, it's very interesting. That's what I just heard. Hurt people. So making sure that we stay above the fray, because it's like you don't take a bazooka. You don't bring a paper airplane to a bazooka fight. We have the bazooka. And so knowing that and using that as forefront of the mind is kind of the issue. However, we also aren't no chumps either, because we are juggling. What decision do we need to make? And we're going to be very slow to make a decision, is what I'm getting. Very slow with the Chariot. Chariot is forward movement, but it's on land. It's slow to try to make a decision with the Two of Swords and decision. There is some heartbreak in the past, though. We are tired of people messing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Look like chumps when you do it. Stop messing with our stuff, right? But we are strong. We are united in the emotions. However, Biden does come up in the environment. Like you said, he's going to dissuade. Why? Because he understands that this is a beast you may not want to fight with. And this is the word of warning, is the devil. Hurt people, hurt people. And he ultimately taking the higher ground. So
I'm also getting that we have an advantage. And if the US goes completely all in to take down other countries' cyber infrastructure and what have you, it's going to decentralize. For example, there are places all over the world using some version of like Windows or Linux or whatever it is, iOS, whatever it is, using, and I know they're using different programming languages. If the US were to just completely, I think that the US could do serious harm to Russia and China right now if they wanted to, just cyber wise. But there are going to be unintended consequences, and one of them is that it's going to decentralize how computers are made and make it harder in future to protect ourselves. And it will disrupt our economy, since the sheer amount of we have a lot of the tech stuff here. And that's good for our economy, and it keeps us ahead in many other, so there will be unintended consequences. So what I get is there are other reasons to be restrained, but I think there's definitely going to be some kind of excuse me, Russia, excuse me, China, you don't want to do this.
I know what you did last summer, so I would highly recommend that you stop playing in our internets, please.
Yeah, because we're starting to feel threatened, and if we feel threatened, we will do whatever we need to do to protect, and Biden will do what it takes to protect this country, unlike someone. All right, everybody. Adrienne, I cannot thank you enough for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really always enjoy.
This is the highlight of easily my week, if not my month.
Thank you so much.
You are awesome. Everybody, please subscribe to Red Lentil Healing. Adrienne is the bomb. So
thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for me. In 2 hours, I will be over on the Book Art Media channel for the daily writing sprints. We do creative writing over there. We do 4 25-minute writing sprints. If anyone is a creative writer, because we just work on our own projects during that time, it's quiet. But then in the 3-minute breaks between, and in the chat in general, if it's like, what kind of telephones were they using in 1951?
To help each other.
What if, kind of, what's another word for, this or that? So, and just encouraging each other to be creative and whatnot. So that's every day at 4:00 over on Book Art Media.
Okay. And tonight, anybody doing my monthly horoscope readings, tonight, it's going to be at 7:30 on my channel. Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice is going to join again because he's been such a gem joining me for the last couple months. And tonight we're going to have special guest Jody Roberts, who is one of my shamanic teachers. She's going to be doing a wonderful, for each sign, doing a great journey, like a 60-second journey with you. So it'll be lots of fun, lots of new energy we're bringing tonight. So if you want to know what's going to happen in this Gemini/Cancer season for June, come check out our horoscopes tonight, 7:30 on my channel.
7:30 Eastern time.
Correct. Oh, yes. Eastern time.
time.
I was laughing at because I was like, yes, I need to tell people the time zone. Eastern
Yeah,
time.
that's fine. Eastern time. So 6:30 Central time. So Chicago time. 6:30 tonight's Chicago time if you're used to, 12 o'clock Central time for Black and Orange.
Yes.
6:30 this evening with the fantastic Adrian.
Thank you,
And thank you everybody here and for keeping us safe and our moderators and for just being here. So, all right. I will see you all tomorrow as usual because I'm here every day. Take care, be safe, and we're going to be okay. There are good days ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.